And welcome back, everyone, to Lantern Corp. From Shadows 82, we asked the question of why is the Lantern Corp of Dr. Stone, aka Senku Ishigami? Or is it Shishigami? Sorry, Ishigami. Not Shishigami. Ishigami. From Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone himself. A series that I'm familiar with, but I've never actually watched. I always did like his design, though. This like weird white, almost looking like a plant haircut and all that. He's in the world where science. He had to rediscover science pretty much from the ground up. He is the genius. He is the Tesla, if you will, of that world. The Edison, the Musk, whatever you want to, whatever brilliant scientist you want or inventor you want to talk about. Not Edison. I was about to say Einstein, but that's our Oppenheimer, But because he's got a very unique personality, it's a little hard to pinpoint his personality. Like this is not a guy. He's overly projecting confidence. So right out the gate, he's not a sorrow lantern. He's not a lantern of shame. I would not say he's a lantern of happiness, though, because he did get frozen in stone like everyone else. He's not a white lantern, even though he kind of has a few aspects of it, but it's mostly through learning. He's not a black lantern, as he's not trying to kill anyone. I would say, though, because, I should have added this one, definitely, and I will do that right now. I will say, though, because everyone in his group really look up to him and look to him for advice and guidance. He is probably a good candidate for the Lantern Corps of Hope. Not because he himself has hope, but because he inspires a lot of hope in others. Because of just his unwavering confidence in himself, in science. That being said, also, he still should be, because he also keeps faith in science, hope actually is not a bad option at all. On the opposite, I hope, though, what is hope without will? The man's willpower is insane. Overcoming great fear and other great willpower, your two qualifications. And this is a guy who spent the entire time awake while he was in stone, counting the days by. And when he was finally released, he was like, all right, let me science the shit out of all of this. Willpower has to be in the conversation as well. Now, I don't think he's a lantern of fear. It doesn't really inspire great fear. Nor do I think he's a lantern of rage. He's not really motivated by revenge or compassion. He's got compassion, certainly, just not his defining trait. The last two, though, love and avarice. I did say avarice was kind of a possibility because he is kind of obsessed with science and just learning more and more and more. He's obsessed with more. Now, it's not the same type of greed you would get, say, with someone who's just obsessed with money or power, but he is still obsessed with it. So obsession basically kind of leads towards avarice to some degree. So it's at least worth mentioning. Love, though, is an odd one because he has no interest in romance at all, based on everything I could find. But that said, however, he does love science. And what he does is, out of love for science and, the care and capacity as his friends. Excuse me. So, could you argue that love is an option here? It would have you'd be living through some hoops to say it could work, but I would say there's an off chance. I'd say it's probably less likely than avarice, and avarice is the least likely of the three I have here. So it's either got to come down to will, green lanterns, or blue lanterns. So which is it, blue or green? The boring answer is green. Sorry. The guy's willpower, confidence, and just ability to persevere is insane. I do think hope is the good secondary option, though. And in theory, you could do both. Green and blue are the only two rings that I know of that can, in fact, work together. Now, you may make an argument that something like, say, avarice and rage also work together, which they could. Or love and compassion, but love and compassion can't really work together because of the way compassion works. Fear and love. Technically, fear in any Lantern ring can work because you could have great willpower, but also inspire great fear. So in theory, that could work together. But literally, blue and Green Lantern rings actually power each other up. So that's why they work. That's why they're kind of symbiotic that way. Either way, though, that's my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.